Dude, what a resurgence this year, right?
Oh,
I mean, if we do dig into a few of the results and some of the damn bad luck and
yeah. Well,
close shaves, but it's been exciting to watch.
yeah. Somebody said to me recently, there was an email coming. I was back and forth with someone, and they went, "Yeah, it's so good to see Tahnee 3.0." You know, and it is. It's like the third version of Tahnee we've got racing. You know, because we've gone through the junior years. You know, then we've gone through the injury years, and the injury years of fuck me, they went on. You know, it's like 2019 through to the concussion year, which was 2022. You know, which that was a looking back, it's like a gaunt, withdrawn Tahnee. You know, and you say, how do I feel? That as a parent was probably the hardest time that I've been through, just because I knew it wasn't Tahnee. That wasn't my daughter, you know. And then we've now got this resurgence now of her coming back and kind of fixing herself. I hold my hat off to her because she always said to me, I'll come back when I'm ready. And she, like I said to her, I don't give a shit whether you pick up a bike again after the last one. As a parent,
yeah.
Yeah, as a parent, I didn't care. Obviously, as a team manager, there's something in the back of your head going, well, I hope she comes back. But if she doesn't, we're going to deal with it, you know. And then, obviously, I've seen her come back, and it's like, well, you couldn't ask for anything more. It's like having the world's best rider in your back pocket. You know, just bring her out, and there she is. But it goes back to the happy, healthy, fast, which we're always talking about, which is what she did with her TS57 gear this year. You really do have a happy, healthy, fast rider. And that's where it's at. She's just enjoying the ride.
Yeah, I'm just like so impressed with the resilience that she's shown and the patience and like just to wait that long to come back and to build back and to go through what she goes through. Like the results are amazing.
Well, she said, I
think it's been really good journey to watch. Like, I'm really respectful and impressed with how she's dealt with it.
Yeah, and I believe that there's too many riders, especially now we're talking about this concussion thing, because she's kind of brought that into the limelight as well. But I still think even today there's too many riders that come back too soon from these kind of injuries.
Yeah, I would certainly agree. And isn't that the unfortunate reality of pro sports, contracts, teams, brands? Like it's they might have the pressure, or internally they fear that they're going to lose a contract if they don't come back. I've been in that position.
Oh, no, totally.
I actually missed a race due to a concussion. Then I probably shouldn't. I was signed off healthy, but probably wasn't perfect. And then I did Worlds, and then I actually lost my contract. So I'm like, shit, you know, if I didn't sit out that race and I maybe got a result, like all these things go through your head.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not bad-mouthing the brand at all. Like, I think there was a whole different thing going on, but I just doubt. I was like, shit. And I probably had the pressure to do the last race of the season because I was in a contract year.
But you understand, like I can see it from all sides. You understand why the brand wants that athlete out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, we made and I say we, you know, I kind of made the decision because I was batting everyone away. You know, it's like the amount of times I got asked when Tahnee was coming back was unreal, you know, and you know, it's you know, what people had asked a few times, and then it's like, look, you know, she'll come back when she came back, and then not only that, 2023, you know, Tahnee knew as well that 2023 was just her seeing what it was like to come back. You know, I feel good. I haven't had any episodes. We've done all of this. You know, everything's been going right. I've trained well. You know, I feel good. I'll come back and I'll see how well I can do. But she also she didn't want to put her body through what it had gone through for the past few years. So she wasn't training as an elite athlete, as the highest level elite athlete in 2023. Yeah.
Consciously.
So consciously, she didn't want to push herself. She didn't want to get stuck in any kind of hole, you know, of not enjoying it. She wanted to come back and just enjoy the ride, you know, and then that then led her to, man, I want to do this, you know, and then get back into full training, which we then knew that going into 24, I mean, I could see it in her kind of eyes that you
that
know,
24 could be a year
we
to
want
remember.
this. We want this. She got, you know, she swung her leg over a new bike. She was having fun with that. But again, you know, you can't put it down to, you can't even put it down to the bike, because I personally think that, you know, if you've got a really confident athlete, you've seen it back in the day, you know, they could have ridden a cement mixer down there and they'd ride it well.
100%.
It's when you're not confident that all those little things start bugging you. You know, they start pulling at you. You know, it's like, oh, that's wrong. And it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's you that's not right.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm like, is my bar width correct? I'm like, literally in a good year, I mean, you could cut them, the mechanic could cut them incorrectly, and I might notice, and I still get on with it.
But when
it's tough.
something's,
you start searching for like things outside yourself. It's pretty natural, like human nature as well as a sportsman, and you can probably notice. You're like, they're searching, or someone that's asking about lines more than they usually. You're like, shame, they're doubting confidence.
Exactly, we see it.
Normally they like just like hear the line and they like block it out if they're happy. Or confident.
Yeah, we see it all the time in the team, you know, and I can be doing stuff, and you can just, when a rider comes back in, you can kind of sense that something's not quite right that week, and you can kind of predict their result at the end of the weekend as well, which I've found a bit bizarre over the time. Obviously, as you know, weather and everything else plays its part, and this and the other, but you can kind of genuinely go, yeah, they're going to be,
I agree.
in this position.
Yeah, I've been on the side helping Scott, like from Lions coach, whatever, mentor, and I can spot energy and confidence, and you're like, okay, I know which one is probably going to do up to their potential, and another one that's going to have to work a little harder if they want it this week.
But also, I think, you know, the whole team or people involved with that rider get a little bit of a puffy out chest and kind of feel pretty good when they're, you know, our rider's coming down. You know that it's going to be strong. You know that it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, like I said, the ones with kind of less confidence that week, you can kind of, it's a different vibe. You know?
And you've got to work to maybe help them, like artificially, like ramp it up, like. Yeah, it's such a psychology game, isn't it?
Oh, totally. Well,
Being
you know,
team.
I mean, I've seen it. Like I said, my oldest was in soccer, and I've seen it there. You know, you turn up at the. There's 150 kids out there, right, all playing football to probably the highest level. One or two will look extremely good, right? But out of them, they're all playing to an extremely high level. But, you know, 5 of them will go through because their mindset's better than everybody else's. And you can't. I don't personally think you can train that mindset. Sorry, that's a lie. You can train it, but it's got to be there in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's like the nature versus nurture, and I was speaking to Luca about it, and he just like, I've kind of always naturally been pretty good at racing, and I was like, yeah, dude, you seem like Greg, like the more pressure is, your chemicals in your brain, they like that. Me, I'm really good up until some serious pressure, and then I've got to manage it, train, then I've got to train it. Like, okay, now what are my coping mechanisms? And the riders like that, but you're right. Some stuff you just can't teach. There's no ways you could argue that you can teach, like, freaking fight into someone or like,
but it's within, and you
everyone,
can see it, you know, and if it's there, it's only going to get better for them as well, you know, because like you like I said, you know, to those points you're training. Yes, they're training physically, but they're also learning mentally, and the more they learn mentally, and the more they can you know, take on each weekend of racing, the better it is for them.